If you're going to get any work done hauling, you better do it right. Talk to some experts. We have them in studio right here. Mud Hauling Enterprises, LLC. Hauling it the right way. Moving the world, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. This is the Your Little Castle Show. Carter Rethwish, Cardinal Cowboy. Fortunate to get to know some experts. We put a little post out asking people if they'd like to be on the show, and we had incredible response. We had about 120 small business owners that have reached out to us and scheduled to come in here and sit down right here in our studio to talk to us about this. But when you're getting into this world of hauling, you don't realize how important this is. And there's so much. You see these trucks on the road, and they're hauling huge loads. I didn't realize 25 tons. That's a lot of weight. That's a little more than the cowboy benches forever. But that's a lot of weight to be hauling around. And you guys are making sure that this all happens. We talked a little bit about in the first show, and if you guys missed the first show, check out that first show. There's a lot of great information that William and Dan shared with us, because hauling is a huge industry, and transportation and getting the materials to where they need to be are critical. But we talked a little bit about the mistake that people make. We talked about people often underestimate or overestimate. Is there any other major concern people have when it comes to hauling? And is it always about the weight and size that they don't get right? Or what are the biggest mistakes people make?
The types of material. Types of material,
okay.
Yeah, and weather.
And weather.
Yeah.
Those are all considerations, because if you're going to haul something, yeah. If it's a big snowstorm is coming, you don't want to say, oh yeah, let's give me 3 times as much, right? That's going to have an impact on what you can haul. And the rain, I guess, has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The rain is probably the worst.
Is it really? Why?
It turns dirt into mud.
Yeah, it turns dirt into mud, and then you end up all kinds of logistics.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The truck like that, when you got that much weight, handling on the highway on a slick pavement, I guess.
Exactly.
Is a big difference. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Why is that so important?
Your stopping range.
Okay.
You know, you have to be more aware of your following distance and how much time it's going to take to stop that weight. So with our truck, it's already, at an extra amount of weight versus the irregular passenger vehicle. So I have to make sure I'm aware of the following distance and stopping distance. That's the biggest thing. And when the roads are wet or slick or with ice, it really comes into a mental state at that point.
Yeah, when you're talking about your normal car, hey, yeah, you've got whatever, 4,500 pounds, 6,000 pounds.
Right.
But when you're talking about this truck, you're talking about tons and
Yeah,
tons.
you're looking at
10,
about
20.
50 tons once I load it all the way up.
Oh, wow. So now you're,
Yeah.
there's a lot there. And so to get that thing to stop appropriately, yeah, you're not going to stay back at least 50 feet. You get to
Oh, no.
more than
50
that.
feet is not it.
It's more than that. Huh?
You want to be home run distance.
Okay.
So you want to home run, you want to go home at the end of the day and not be running.
Right. So good information there from William with regard to this. But yeah, give yourself lots of room. You've seen these pileups where just cars and ice, whatever, and they're just
Exactly.
and running into it. Imagine 25 to 50 tons coming at somebody.
Right.
That's going to cause quite a bit more damage. Back to that drive safe and proper insurance to cover everything. You guys also do residential and commercial. You're providing, I guess, is a majority commercial because you're helping businesses to build, and then the residential.
It's really 50-50.
It's about 50-50, okay. And where do your clients come from? Where do you get most of your business from?
Ooh, all over the county. St. Louis City, St. Louis County, and all the way out to St. Charles and beyond.
Yeah, so there's people by now, you've got a reputation, people know who you are, and they're just calling you up and saying, I know we can get Dan and William, they will show up, get this job done right. Back to that question about you guys are a small business. You get to be much more adept to fixing the problem or responding. Does that make it easier for you guys to manage too?
It does. We had a client recently who needed a load of rock right before, I think it was that Monday that it snowed here in St. Louis, and he needed a load of rock before it started snowing, and we were able to get it done for him when we originally weren't planning on starting the truck that day.
Okay, yeah. So there's times when it's just making that call and being the owners, you guys can say, hey, we got this, we'll make it happen, and you come through for people. Otherwise, a big commercial job, they got to call the boss, he talks to the manager, talks to the district GM, and none of that goes through with you guys. You've got a quick and easy answer for people.
Oh, no. No, it doesn't. We are the GM. We are the decision makers. Let's say that. So, and just in the instance he was just talking about, we had no idea that we was going to run that day. I mean, the guy called, 6 a.m.?
Mm-hmm.
We headed to him by 7:30 and back home by 8:30.
Making a good run. Is that what you call, how many runs per day do you normally
Well,
average?
one on that day, but on a normal day, it can be 10, 12 rounds.
Wow. Okay. So
Yeah.
you're hauling quite a bit. And going quite a bit. What's the average mile transfer per? Sometimes 30, 50. You said 25 miles.
Yeah,
On a,
about 25 miles on the regular.
Okay.
That's a round trip.
On a round trip.
Yeah.
Back and forth. Okay. Interesting. Well, then what is it you like about the St. Louis this area, this market? Is it easy to transfer to get around in St. Louis? I've been to other big cities where they've got gridlock most of the day. In St. Louis, not as much. Or what do you like? Is it make it easier? Do you guys? Is it a nice market to be able to deliver and do the hauling in?
Well, the way our schedule is run right now, it's really easy. We have an early morning where I'm at the truck by 5 a.m., getting it ready to go, and on the road by 6.
Okay.
So I'm in the morning traffic, but not quite the morning traffic. So I'm the pre-traffic guy.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm finished just before or after the late rush, the evening rush. So, and where our truck is centrally located too, so we don't have to really go a lot of distances that's gonna run us into a lot of traffic. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So Dan handling the logistics on the back end here to make sure everybody gets scheduled. Is this where you come in and saying, okay, we got to have them here? You got to time and map things out. Does technology help make that a little easier?
It makes it much easier, and Will helps out a lot with that too. So like I said, a lot of our clients have both of our phone numbers. We're in group chats, and they'll hit us, and we'll hop on the phone real quick together and figure out how to get it done. Obviously, the electronics have made it much easier.
Yeah, it sounds like you're putting in some long days here, often from 5 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock at night. So
Yeah.
12-hour days, and that's pretty consistent Monday through Friday. Do you do weekends as well?
Oh yeah, a lot of larger companies won't do the weekends on the smaller jobs. So again, that's where we come in as a smaller company, and we're able to make those decisions together or separately or individually. So on the weekends, they can give us a text, and I'm generally we both up maybe by 5 a.m. every morning.
Wow. Okay.
And so they can text us last minute on Saturday, and we'll get it done for them.
There you go. So if you got a need for something that might be urgent, even on the weekend, you guys can come to save the day because you guys have got the flexibility to manage the schedule. It makes it easy to do so.
Yeah, our office never closed.
Office is never closed, everybody. There you go. So 24/7. I'm kind of the same way, man. You send me a text message. You need a file somewhere uploaded or an edit done. That's good. I appreciate that policy. Well, tell me, I'm doing the work that you guys have been doing for a while. Give me an example of a time when you knew somebody was in a tough situation and you had to come through to help them. Give me an example of somebody, you've been in that situation.
I think that would be the day the snow happened. We had a client reach out that needed a load of rock for a pool that he was building out in St. Louis County. And we were able to get it done before the snow started, which he, driving over somebody's residential grass with this heavy of a truck, you don't really want it to be wet to drive over it. So we were able to beat the weather and get him the rock that he needed.
Yeah, I didn't realize, because a lot of times they're dependent. If the rain starts coming, the snow starts coming, things are going to be shut down. They need that stuff to be delivered prior to that, so you're going out of your way to make exceptions to get stuff delivered for people because they're weather dependent.
Absolutely.
Is it the temperature or is it as much as the snow, or it all depends on what they're constructing or where they're at on their construction job, I guess?
Yeah, and there's a bunch of different variables.
Lots to keep in mind here when you're hauling things, everybody. And like I said, nothing gets done until somebody either picks something up or takes something away to get that. I like the point you made there earlier, because it's not just delivering. You're taking stuff out, too. Very often people need to have materials removed because they got to clear out the area and get ready for the new construction that you guys are doing, because you guys are helping a lot of people build here in St. Louis. We like to see people that are building. That's what it's very important to build on our little planet right here. Give me one of the biggest challenges you guys have already had to overcome. I can imagine there's a lot of that can go wrong. What are some of the hurdles you guys have already seen that have made you stronger, if you will? It made you pulled through when you found out.
This might be a knock on wood situation. We haven't had any emergency.
No.
We had a leaking tire. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Will was able to go over to a shop and get it fixed really quickly, and he was back on the road. Biggest challenge so far.
Me on the driving end. I had to deliver in an alley in St. Louis City. In a truck that size with light pole in the middle of the drive.
Oh, wow.
And I had to maneuver the truck around the light pole and get it where it needed to be delivered. That's the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
A lot of times the delivery area.
Yeah, so there's a lot to go into where you're delivering. It may not be as easy to get to, but you have to navigate this 25 tons of truck and get it in.
And it was rock that day.
It was rock.
Yeah.
My friend Trent, who ordered that rock, called me immediately after Will left, and he had met Will before, and he called me and he said, "You got one heck of a driver." He was like, "This is pretty impressive."
Yeah, so the logistics of actually handling the driving are very key to this. And years of experience, 10 years driving trucks by now. Mm-hmm. And so when it comes down to it, if somebody needs to get something transported, you've got the skills to make sure that happens, because you run over a sewer lid or a power cable or a plumbing underground, you can cause all kinds of problems. But it sounds like you're averting this, and years of experience come into play for you.
Oh yeah. And when looking at the area in which you're going in, you got to kind of play it by sight. And then you got to replay it before you do it. A lot of times people just rush right in, but on my approach, I'm looking at the whole situation to make sure it's safe and make sure I don't have any power lines, low lines, exposed plumbing, like you said, or any soft or damaged areas that I'm going to be driving over. So, yeah.
Very key also, understand the lay of the land, if you will, because if you're going over something that 25 tons sinks a lot faster than something that's only 2 tons. Or 5,000 pounds or something like that. And you can do some damage.
A lot of damage.
That kind of weight.
Yeah, I've seen companies actually close out. I mean,
really?
Yeah. The insurance can only cover so much damage.
Right.
In amount of time. So, being aware of where you are and what you're doing is a big plus in driving.
Does Dan make your life a little easier? I'm sorry, does William make your Dan?
Yes, Will makes it very, very easy to know that he's safe out on the roads, and that's at the end of the day, that's all that really matters, right? The goal is to get the job done and get the job done right the first time and on time, but I would much rather Will be a little late and make sure he gets there safe. That's way more important. Yeah,
safety is key as anything on our little planet. And when you're transferring large 25-ton loads, then you've got a lot to be responsible for, and you don't want to have any lawsuits on your hand. And
I'm responsible for everyone on the road with me. Everybody, every spirit, every ounce of everything around me, I'm responsible for it when I'm behind the wheel.
Do people not realize what's going on when they have these trucks with these kinds of loads around them and they're just weaving in and out? You guys are tap dancing to make sure not run into people?
Well, basically, I don't have that problem because, one, I'm very aware of everything around me. I stay in my mirrors, and I'm not just laser focused straight ahead, so I'm watching everything around me. Those little bob and weave cars, they don't bother me because they have the big car syndrome. Like, you got the little dog, they got the big dog syndrome.
Yeah.
Those what those little cars have. They have that big car syndrome.
Okay.
So I just let them, do their thing. I don't try to turn before them. I don't try to race them down the road. I mean, I just let them go and feel themselves.
There you go. Handle it with confidence and make sure you're getting the job done. Back to some of the fun we had in the community. We're going to continue with our first little clip here. Little Patriots Embrace doing some fun in the community. And Josh Grayson showed up for an event here. Check it out.
With that, I'd like to introduce the founder of Little Patriots of Race, Carol Watanabe. Come on up here, Carol. Carol's just saying hello.
I'm just standing up here, barely able to speak because I had lost my voice. I was in Dallas, Texas the last couple of days, and I was at another big event and came home and I didn't have a voice. I'm just getting it back and I'm leaving on a flight at 9 a.m. to another really important activity. And I've got to have the voice, so I'm not going to talk very long. But I just want to thank all of you for being here and thank our sponsors for coming through for us this year. We have over 1,000 military children waiting for a deployment package. Their parents have deployed. And we had no way to serve them. And now we do, because everyone's sitting in these chairs. And I thank you for that.
Yay.
Thank you, Carol. You're an amazing job running an awesome work. I've been working with Carol now for...
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. It takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there is no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. So lots of fun there in the community, and I just love what we get to do. But if you want to learn more about how to magnetize your media, pick up the book here, Magnetize Media, #1 seller on Amazon. Yours truly, Cardinal Cowboy, wrote the foreword here. They said essentially I wrote the first chapter. I'm supposed to do 500 words, I end up writing 1,800. But I just talk about how media has impacted the way the world works, and everybody's got one or maybe 2 of these things in their hand at any given time. But boy, if you're not keeping up with technology, you can lose out. So tell me, guys, how has technology affected the way you guys do business now too? These trucks have a lot of technology built into them too. Are we to where trucks are going to start driving themselves? How long is that going to be?
I hope not. I'll lose my job.
don't want to see that happen. But has the technology changed? I mean, by now you got to do videos and clips and pictures and images and websites and social media. We're going to help you guys hopefully with some of that stuff. But how has technology affected the way you guys do business? A lot of word of mouth stuff, but people still. I like the way you said you got texting groups. That's where you're coordinating a lot of your trips, right?
Yeah,
How has
absolutely.
technology affected the way you run your business?
So far, most of our business has been with through networking. Guys that we've met out at certain events or relationships that either of us have had in the past, and that's how we've gotten most of our business so far. But technology overall with those group chats is so easy. It makes it very easy to get a hold of either one of us and get an answer really quickly.
Yeah, that's all just basic texting groups. Is that what that is? And people are sending a text. It goes to 3 or 4 or 5. Or you get different groups, and they're organized different ways, and helps everybody just communicate direct text. Boy, I probably would have been married a long time ago if I could have just texted with her. Right? Communication is so key to the way we as humans operate. And boy, if you texting is it? But has it made your job easier, William, to make sure that the communication is there?
Well, it makes my job a whole lot easier. I don't have to pick my phone up to answer it. A lot of times I have my phones centrally located in the truck, so I can also drive and see if something's happening, or I need to answer a question. I can just say Siri or Alexa or whichever one I'm dealing with at that day. Whichever one of them my wives are available. I'll just tell them, can you text Dan or can you text the group? And I can just speak it. I don't have to touch my phone. So technology makes it a whole lot easier while I'm in the truck.
Yeah, well, we talk about how technology impacts the way this world is running. If you're not keeping up with technology, you're going to miss out. But that makes it easy then for us to understand the process. How does somebody get started with you guys? Is it as easy as sending a text? You're going to get that coordinated, connected, and then you got a phone number or a website up and coming. They can just reach out to you guys and coordinate this. It's pretty simple, you say.
Yeah, send me a text.
What are they doing? What are you hauling? How much do you figure out? How do you calculate that? Tell me the process there.
So a lot of it's an hourly rate, which we charge $120 an hour for an hour use of the truck. So if somebody just wants to move dirt, for instance, it would be $120 an hour from the time that Will shows up to that site until the time that he drops off that last load wherever that dirt's going. Then for rock, it's a little different. We charge $5 per ton of rock that we're carrying for you. So every run that we're moving rock, it's an additional $5 per ton over the $120 an hour.
Okay. So this isn't an outrageous cost to people, but I mean, you get a truck for that kind of use for $120 an hour, be able to haul that much material. This is an efficient way for people to get the job done.
It is. Gas prices definitely affect that number, and hopefully we can stay at the $120 an hour, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, well, these days, prices on gas fluctuate over time depending on the political realm that we've got going on there, but that's included in that cost, you're saying?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And so then when you end up developing your pricing schematic, there's a cost included for the gasoline. Now, is it gas or diesel, or what do you guys, and is it vary, or you're always diesel?
It's diesel and DEF fluid has to be added to the truck, but Will adds it too much. I see it on our cards.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
What is DEF exactly? I've never heard of that.
That's a fluid that's used with the exhaust system in the truck that allows it to burn clean.
Okay.
It's have you ever seen one of those diesel trucks? Even just normal trucks shooting out all the black smoke.
Black smoke, yeah.
Those are what we call deleted. Those don't have DEF running through them like they should. We run DEF in our trucks.
Okay.
We're burning clean.
Interesting. So that's another added cost. And what does that cost per gallon, or how do you?
What, $25 for 5 gallons?
Yeah.
About $5
on an
bucks.
average, a day of running is about $225.
And that's diesel and
DEF.
DEF
Okay.
fluid.
So your total cost for the gas that goes in, and you're making $120 an hour, so it work that out. But you're doing a heck of a whole lot of hauling here. If you average that out, what's the average load? Is your average load going to fill that truck up at the 25 tons, or where do you end up?
The average load I think we're carrying right now is about between 15 to 20 tons, depending on dirt or mud. So
Yeah, depending on how dense the dirt is.
how dense it is. Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell me, what's the biggest question people have before they get started? Is it always cost? What's the biggest objection somebody might have when they say, I want to hire you guys, but first I need to know, what do they usually need to know?
They usually want to
Size
see
of the truck.
size of the truck, how much can you carry, and definitely ask about the insurance.
Okay.
Insurance is a big one if you're pulling on commercial or residential, or if heaven forbid Will messes up and hits something, we want to make sure we're covered. So we share that with all of our clients.
Knock on wood, that hasn't happened.
Then I don't think it will.
And we don't.
In
think
10
it's
years,
gonna
Will has never had an oopsie. So
All right. He's on the ball. It's nice to have a sharp driver. Is that athletic background you've got there?
It's a competitive background.
Competitive background.
Competitive background.
And making sure that you get the job done. You've got the competitive background that's going to make sure you get this stuff done.
Oh yeah.
All right. What gives you guys the most satisfaction? This has got to be pretty fulfilling. You're taking huge loads, dropping them off and taking them, helping businesses really get it done. What do you like most about what you guys get to do?
The finished product. The finished product. Knowing that we were there to produce the product that they're doing.
Yeah, when you're helping people put together buildings,
Homes,
pools.
pools,
Okay.
driveways, a lot of things that are constructed here in the city all consist of having a dump truck on scene. So the completion of that project, that's where it's at. That's where you feel it at.
it's fun to drive down the street and say, you see that building right there? We helped build that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's got to be very, very rewarding because you can see the actual. You're part of that process. Saying,
Right.
the materials that they put in there, we hauled that stuff in there so they can assemble that place, or else it would not exist. And you guys are making all of that happen.
Right.
That's got to be very rewarding on its own. What is every truck? I guess that truck it has the actual dump mode though, so that it
Right.
lifts the stuff up and it slides out. Is that what's done every time, or how much mechanics goes into that? You got to maintain. That's another part of the maintenance for this truck.
I mean, if you look at the picture, you can see that we also have a cover tarp there as well. It's not rolled over the product, but it's up. It's pulled back.
Okay.
And in the process of that, when you have product in your truck, you want to cover it to ensure that it doesn't fly out with the wind, hit or damage anyone else's vehicle. And when dumping, you want to uncover it. You open your tailgate, and it's got a hydraulic dump system on the back, which raises the bed nearly to 90 degrees up in the air
Really? Okay.
and dump the materials out the back.
So technology and some heavy lifting that can be done here. You guys have figured out how to manage this and keep it in order and
Oh, yeah.
maintain it and make for a successful business that's doing well. Mud hauling, everybody. Mud hauling enterprises, movingtheworldmudhauling.com. Check them out. These guys are on the ball, moving our planet, moving the world, and making sure that what you need to get delivered in a large load up to 25 tons, overall 50 tons, overall all weight.
Yeah, with the truck.
Weight of the truck and everything, all over our little country here. Stay tuned for more, everybody. Giddy up.